I'd like it to be more of an interactive workshop than the typical take in information and just sit there and be quiet kind of deal. So I noticed that a lot of and just let me know if I'm in the way of the slides, so I'm going to stay in my little corner here. So I noticed that a lot of the conferences have speakers, and there's a lot of talking, and there's a lot of mental energy, and there's a lot of information. And my practice is about coming more into embodied wisdom. So I'm calling this presentation, and I guess I'll just get started, I'm calling this presentation Quantum-playtion. And it's about activating the human body field through play. And when I say play, it's really about exploring and experiencing the body in a new way. And I have some of my favorite quotes up here. This is, "Play is the only way the highest intelligence of humankind can unfold," by Joseph Chilton Pierce. And I just thought that was so great. I get a lot of these quotes sent to me by friends because they know how much I love this practice of incorporating more play and embodiment into what I consider my path, which is merging science with spirituality and technologies and healing arts and bringing more conscious embodiment to the world. So I'm Jen Healy. Thank you guys for being here. We're also recording this, and I am really happy to offer a presentation at the 5D event. I'm very honored to be here. And I actually don't do a lot of presentations, and so this is really great for me. It's really good practice, and thank you for letting me experiment on you. And I'll make this as experiential as possible so we can have some fun together. So I was just talking about how I like to bridge the science with the spirituality, and for me, and particularly about embodiment practices, about movement practices. And I combine the healing arts with technology. My background is in engineering and physics, and I started out in getting advanced degrees, and then from there had my own kind of healing crises at a very young age, and decided to explore more of the wisdom tools of both Eastern and Western philosophy for a unique blend that I call being engineering and energy management. So I like to work a lot with time and energy management. So that's what we're going to learn today, is some transformational tools for time and energy management. So I'm the founder of several programs and projects and companies, and so we're going to talk about the quantum playground. We're going to talk about the yoga swings I make, which is a nice way of experience multidimensional space. Aerial yoga play, my companies, and healing technologies is what I use to offer services that represent and combine the healing arts with the technology. And then I also am going to bring together some of the practices that I call quantum energetics. That's what I'm going to focus on today. Some quantum energetics. I do have a technology here. If anybody has an injury or something they're working with and they want to try it, I brought one just for fun, the quantum wave laser. It's nice and handy and portable. You can do that at the end. And then I do offer advanced body therapy, conscious movement, empowerment, and evolutionary practices in my private sessions. And so I'm going to bring a lot of that information into it, and I'm pulling together about 20 years of different practices, different experiences. Mainly I want to offer you guys something that you can take home with you, like a little toolbox, and have it be more of an interactive workshop for those that are just coming in. Thank you for joining me. So it'll be about 30 minutes of information, and then from there offering some very basic, simple exercises we can do together that are fun. And then I'll give you guys a chance to have like a Q&A with me so we can have a discussion. And then I'll end with a meditation if we have some time, which would be really nice. So going into the details of this, I had a few major injuries at a really young age, which at the time when I was studying nanotechnology and microfabrication, I believed that we are infinite and eternal and limitless, and didn't understand why my body wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And so from these deep spiritual experiences of finding myself in the desert, falling to my knees, literally, with a bunch of knee injuries, I decided to dedicate my life to blending the healing arts with the sciences and using my background in technology to help people heal. And so my goal is to give people as many tools as possible using sacred geometry and quantum physics to inform and inspire my work so that we can live in optimal radiant health. So the reason why I said yes to being here and wanting to give this presentation, and why I think this work is so important, is that I feel like if we have more living, embodied examples of empowered strength, that we can really help evolve the conscious revolution that is going on, really expand the feminine power, and awaken the mind-body-soul connection. And this is one of my favorite quotes, which is super cute. Tired of cramming her sparkly, star-shaped self into society's beige, square holes, she chose to embrace her ridiculous awesomeness and shine like the freaking superhero she was meant to be. Supernova, superhero too. And I feel like that's what I want to do for every person that I come in contact with, is really give them permission to shine that big and get out of the box and allow us to expand and to grow and to offer new tools for empowerment. So I'm using the mic even though we're really close just for the recording, so please excuse me if it goes in and out. But we will do some exercises and I'll put the mic down and I'll talk as loud as I can. But let's just go with it for now. I wanted to just talk a little bit about the creative endeavors and how I've combined the science with the spirituality and the movement. So the biggest project that I'm excited about 10 years ago, I had this concept of the quantum playground come to me, where it's like, what is the best way to learn? You know, and for me, the best way to learn is through play and through edutainment, I call it, through engaging people and giving them tools so they feel like they want to be present, like they want to be there, like they're enjoying the experience of learning. And I particularly focus on regenerative therapeutics. I have a new program called AirX, which is really about healing the body through these play practices, but focusing on the fact that we do regenerate and we do heal the body. So that's using the yoga swings. Aerial yoga play is kind of the aerodynamic, multidimensional movements in space. I also offer quantum theta healing meditations, which is inspired by some of my teachers, like accessing higher states of consciousness and getting into using meditation as a tool for our transformation, but making that more interactive and playful and fun too. It's really meditation for people who have trouble meditating. So I'm going to give you some tools for that. And a lot of this is being pulled from my empowerment course, and I have a few courses that I've created. And this particular course is available online, called the 12 Success Principles to Transform Your Life. So we'll be learning some transformational tools. And so the quantum playground, or Quantum-playtion, I use them interchangeably sometimes, is really combining science, spirituality, mind-body, spirit connection, and therefore our goal is optimal radiant health. So this is a great quote. I have lots of quotes and inspirations in here. So this is from Einstein, and this is, creativity is intelligence having fun. So my slant on life is the more fun we have, the more we increase our fun factor, the more we increase our vitality and stimulate more of our passion and our capacity to be present and engage. So Patanjali has this great quote, and I've heard this spoken by many great leaders, especially Wayne Dyer. He loves this one. When you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bounds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be.
Right on.
Greater than imagined, right? And so a lot of you guys in this room are already master level teachers and really high level beings. But for me, I really like working with people who need that upliftment. They need that spark. You know, we all could use a little, a little extra boost, a little bit more buoyancy in our bodies and in our mind. So I like to just spend a few minutes talking about how I got here and why we do what we do. I think humans are fascinating, especially the human experience, and our